Hi, welcome to another video on my walking robot Mirft2 using the fischertechnik TXT controller. Last time, actually the last couple of episodes, I have been paying a lot of attention to the gears and to the counters. This time I want to expand everything to the use of the digital inputs, because you can add some sensors to it. One thing that you can do, and I have already done that on another project, is using a touch sensor. I assembled such a sensor already, and it consists of some basic blocks and a switch that you can see here. It is being touched, and as such, with a wire it can be put in either one of these connectors. So while it is possible to use a switch for detecting a complete round of the gears, you can also do it for touching or detecting an object here, and I think for now it is nice to do that. Now it cannot be attached to just like that, because well, there's a groove here. I made a little, well, connector piece. I can put it here and I can put it here, but here's a camera and I think this would be too close to the camera, so I have decided to put it a little bit down. Now down, the problem with that is that it points a little bit further down than the other, but I'll take that risk. And it protrudes far enough that it is equal to these legs. And let me show you better. It is equal to these legs, so this is a nice point. Then the question is how to connect it with the wire. Well, here there is one of the things that you can use to put a wire in, and I've decided to put it into I1. So green goes in this one and the red goes then of course into the other one. And this way is not recommended because it can go anywhere. So time to put it in here. And then with a couple of turns into it to shorten the wire. Because if there's anything you want to avoid, is that it collides or gets jammed in the gears. So that is one thing. this goes nicely. And now for some programming. So let's see how that works. With the sensor installed, I have to yet put it into the software. So not here, I want to do it here. What I begin with is to instantiate the sensor, just like I did with the motor. So I make it sensor front is TXT, and this is a digital input, and it is the first input. So from now on I can use sensor front as the variable to use. The question is, where should I put it in the code? And I can do that as a stop. That will be a nice one. Here I do stop already. So I can also say, let's do it just outside the sleeping moment. So I say sensor front. No. If sensor front. If sensor front. Is 1, then, and now I have to keep in mind the indentation, very important. Then we say okay, motorist, and then we can say stop at all. So what is the stop command again? Except for stop online, but let's just say stop. And I will do that the same here, but then of course for the other one. And that's it. So what we have to do now is right, and then I want to know that it actually stopped because of this. So I say print front sensor double exclamation mark, and that's it. Now I do know that it actually stopped because of the front sensor. Time to actually run it. Now I have to be a bit careful. Because when it runs, I have to lift it. And if you have seen the previous videos, you know why. It has a bit of a gearing problem, weight problem, etc. So I run it, I lift it, and then I press the sensor. not callable because of if sensor front. I used it as a function. It is not a function, it is an input. So let me do it again. Lifting it again. That's not entirely what I want. Not really. And I notice one of the rubber feet has come off the rope. So that's one thing to fix, but apart from that, I apparently need to be faster. What did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong anyway? This is something I don't expect. So it's set speed to here, then I expect it to actually read it, and I am reading this. No. If text input 1 is 1, then alright, I need to find out more about this. And like I thought with something like here with set speed, sensor front actually does need an addition. It needs a state, and this way it actually should work. So let's test this. Let me make this smaller. Alright, run it, lift it off the ground, lift the robot off the ground. That's not what I expected. Let's do it again. Now I pressed it way before I expected it to do, but now it says clearly front sensor. So this works. The movement of the legs is quite erratic, but apart from that, let's do it again, and way in front of everything I touch the sensor, which is not detected. So let me do it again, and I'm touching the sensor. Okay, so why is it not detecting the sensor? It clearly works, because it did work. Now once again, no such thing. That makes me wonder how well the connection is actually. But alright, test again then. touching the sensor. It just ignores it. And it keeps ignoring it. And as you've seen, oh dear, how far do I have to go back? Here, front sensor, and I haven't changed the code since. So, why does it not respond to it? Is it because it should be in sync data? I doubt it. I could put a sync data in front of a sync data and in the end, just to be sure. So TXT sync data begin. That is begin. And then TXT sync data and ending with time dot sleep 0.01, and this should be a point. So, will this work better? Only way to find out is doing it. Okay, that is one. No such thing, unfortunately. Touching it again. No. Not touching it now. Again, touching it continuously. It doesn't do a thing. Nothing. This is quite awkward. Alright, so I don't get it. So the problem is right now that despite having the correct syntax, it only prints front sensor once, and I am not sure why that is. So what I want to do first is commenting out these lines of motor stop. So it will only print front sensor if it does so. But also I want to put it in a while, and that may be a problem because everything is indented, and that would give quite a mess if I put it every single line to the right. Anyway, let's first do this. On the other hand, I had an idea that it may have to be 0 instead of 1. However, considering the fact that if I go back far enough, here you can see it prints front sensor, so it does work. So 1 is good, and then state is 1 is of course good, so it needs to work, it has to work. Let's try again. Lifting the robot again, pressing the sensor. Now it doesn't even work at the first time. And a while doesn't make any difference, because it just runs automatically where I now run it time after time. Right. Can I explain this? No. So now it does it twice after each other, and I'm doing nothing different than the other times. Absolutely nothing different. Which leaves me kind of clueless. I'm still waiting for a possible solution from the FTRoboPi developer. How my code is maybe wrong as far as the counter goes, but this is not dependent on the counters. This is just dependent on one digital input, and that works. It works, as you can see, very well. So whatever the reason is, it kind of works. It should stop in the end. Of course, this is in no way a program that does anything, that has everything I have in mind. Therefore, there are two. For that, there are well, too many problems. Counter is just one of them. The motor power is one of them. What also has stopped is the playing of sound. No clue why that is. But anyway, let's do it once again. See what happens. Pressing the sensor. And it doesn't do it again. Pressing it. Nope. And once again, and I'm pressing it earlier. And no, not anymore. Okay, how can this be? I can't tell yet. So in the last part of this video I want to show you what actually happens from what you have seen in the terminal window. So I start the program again, lifting everything, lifting the robot. Well, I didn't press it now, so now I will press it. And you see only one leg is moving. So this is quite erratic behavior, not supposed to happen, but also front sensor is not being printed. And the counters remain 0, completely 0. And as you can see, the counters are at C1 and C2. So one other attempt, and now I keep pressing it again. No such thing. Also, you have noticed that sound doesn't work anymore, or at least not as this. So let me go to the normal, the standard interface. Settings. No, I don't want settings. I want to test sound. Well, it may be clear that everything is working. So back to the community interface right here. So I'm very curious what the developers will say about this all. And that is only about the counters, because this edition of the sensor is new development for now, and it is working, well, kind of. And with that, thank you for watching. Like I said, the movement of the front legs are erratic at best. New sensor, erratic at best. Counters erratic at best. So although I have to admit that in RoboPro it works. I didn't test the sensor in RoboPro, but the counters work. So where's the cause of the error? I don't know yet. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. See also my Twitter and Instagram account. See also my website for more projects. And every project deals with fischertechnik. Not every project has a fischertechnik interface, but they all have something with fischertechnik. And this is certainly going to be continued. If you like my videos and want to, maybe you want to support my blog and videos, please be kind to make a small donation and find more info via my website, which is listed at the start of the video and under this video. Bye bye.